everybody. How you doing today? Good. Welcome. Feeling a little crazy. Yeah. It's notice of demolition. Notice of demolition. On a mission. Notice of demolition. On a mission. Notice of demolition. With your host, Mike and Mission. Where is my commission?
Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is our second episode.
Yes, sir.
Of Notice of Demolition. We are going to be continuing on our evaluation of the book 22 Keys to Sales Success.
I want to say the book overall is kind of I recommend to buy anyway.
You're going that far already.
If we are but even if we gonna demolish everything, I think people should think for themselves and don't believe the bullshit artists as we are, in training.
Bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's it.
I was born a bullshit artist.
Well, you cannot really reach.
I learned from the best.
You never reach the top, you always improve.
Never reach the top.
You always improve. You always meet someone who is better than you, has some extra tricks.
Well, you know how you get better at playing tennis? You play with better tennis players.
Yeah. That's why I enjoy every time I meet and I see the bullshit artist and he's selling me something.
You get excited.
Anything. Yeah, it's always a sale. Any interaction is a sale.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy it.
I want something from you.
Yeah.
And I want to give you something of mine, but I want to take from you.
I enjoy always the performance. I appreciate it, and I like to bullshit back because it is disrespectful just to eat it up and consume whatever. You have to bullshit back. So bullshit back, guys.
Oh yeah. So to your point.
Yeah.
Sorry,
buy the book.
I would very much like for you guys to bullshit back in the comments.
Yeah.
Before we jump,
demolish us.
Yeah, demolish us if you think that we've been incorrect in our demolition. We are gonna respond to your comments. We're gonna have real fun with this.
Or not. I don't have time for this shit. Or someone. We're gonna hire the lowest IQ person to do that.
That could be an orphan.
Could be an orphan. Yeah. Hit us up. We're gonna. Yeah. You're in LA.
I'm always accepting interns.
You need a minimum wage job where.
No, interns, unpaid.
Interns, unpaid. Yes, that's actually the best way to learn.
That's the best way to have a sales force of slavers. Slavery. You just call them intern. I just got all uncomfortable.
Okay, let's
get back into it. So,
do you guys know the story about two mice and in a bucket of milk? How it goes?
Oh my God! Just imagine two mice fell into a bucket of milk. You got two choices. One of them is trying to churn his way out, and running his legs, and the other one is just accepting his reality. He's never getting out of this bucket. Well, the first one, churning his legs, churn. He churns so fast that eventually that milk turns into butter. The mouse finally climbs out of the of the bucket. The bullshit moral is then you never give up.
Yeah.
Keep hustling. Even if you see despair and death and end, no hope in sight. Just keep moving forward with one goal in mind, and you never know what the outcome is going to be. In this situation, the mouse who kept trying to run his way out, turn the milk into butter, and climbed his way out.
Yeah. So that's what they teach us. Go there, just go. Put yourself in that level of stress.
Okay, I gave them my story. So now, how do you feel about it?
Yeah. So what I feel. So people, what lesson people usually get from that? Is just keep hustling, never give up. Don't just lay down and accept your situation. Just keep going, and then you turn this milk into butter, and you just go out, and now you have a bunch of butter. Maybe you can sell it. I don't know. It's your butter. Do with it whatever you want. But if we start like looking really into the situation, what really happened there in that bucket, and I want to just do a forensic job, forensic job on that.
Forensic analysis.
Yeah, analysis of that. So what really happened there? First of all, we're gonna have to go to what's the fat percentage
Milk fat.
in milk? Yeah,
Yeah, the milk fat.
it is like at most it's 6%. Usually it's like the milk you buy in the store is like 3.2, 3.6, doesn't matter. So let's say it's 5. Let's say it's 5. It's farmer, he kind of like milk his cow, and this is the best, the fattest cow, it gives the best milk. Now it's in the bucket and it's 5%, 6%. So now imagine in this story what they say is you make a butter and then you climb your way. So you have to imagine 6%. Imagine on the surface of water you're drowning in. You have just 6% of ice chips on top. Can you climb on it?
No.
Can you get out of there?
No.
You can't. That's bullshit already. So this story, it doesn't work. So what happened is both mice drowned. That's the first thing. First mouse, the one that like gave up.
Yeah.
It realizes the situation. Okay, we're gonna drown. I'm gonna drown. He's gonna drown. Let me just relax. Let me just take my time. You know.
So you know when
slurp some fat.
when you're in the pool, you know how you can like lay back in the pool with your belly
Close
up
your
like
eyes.
this. Close your eyes.
Meditate.
Meditate.
It feels good.
So is that what you're thinking?
It feels good. This mouse that also
drowned.
drowned, the first one.
The first one.
That's how, first of all, it survives longer, because the second one exhausted herself and drowned.
Yeah.
Quick. Yeah. Try to do like quick movements while you're drowning. You're gonna drown faster.
So you're telling me the true story.
True story. That's what's really happening.
Well, my story was the feel-good story.
It's not yours. It's just general story.
No, the general story is the feel-good story.
That story that they sold to you.
They sold
to me.
But now you're telling me what really happened.
What really happened in that bucket? Yeah. What really happened in that bucket?
Oh God, Misha knows the real story.
Yeah. Because you can again deconstruct it.
Okay.
Go from the facts. How much fat in the milk? 5%. Can you step on 5% of like ice chips? There's no way you're getting out of that. So first mouse realizes it. What he does? First mouse, it's like floats, slurps some
milk fat,
cream from the top.
In fact, the more the guy starts churning, the more
enjoying this thing, like maybe laughing from the guy. He's just for no reason. He's like, come on, man, like relax. So first mouse also drowned, like in maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. We don't know the temperature of milk or whatever. But what he did, he lived his last hours relaxed, chill, accepting his fate, like thinking about his life, you know, like maybe smiling, thinking of some moments in his life that were really good, you know, and just enjoying it. But the second one, stressed. For no reason. There's no way out, actually, you know. It's just the thought that they give us with the same story. They want you to be stressed. They want you to go for this
do you think this
limited
book,
success.
Do you think this book,
being constantly stressed,
do you think this book helps alleviate stress?
No, it just gives you more advice how to move your elbows so you get more butter. Like, from the milk.
Okay, I like where we're going right now. So you think, all right, so this book is a book about teaching you tools. It's a tool book.
Yeah, it's a book of keys, and you have a
keys and doors.
But
really, what you're doing is that this book has 22 tools for you to use to get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
So this is basically 22 different ways to churn the milk
into butter, climb out to unlimited success, as they promised. They promise to reach unlimited success. How you can reach something unlimited is beyond my understanding.
So you're saying that it's better to just, if you're in a situation where your fate is certainly fixed.
If you cannot change your environment.
If you can't change the environment.
Yeah.
I love where you're going, by the way. Hold on. If you can't change the environment and the outcome is almost certain.
Yeah. Because you have head on your shoulder.
Don't pretend that there is some way out of this.
Don't stress out.
Don't stress yourself out.
Yeah.
accept your fate and live the last of whatever time you have
As happily
as
as
happily as you can under
Yeah.
your control in your
Yeah,
circumstances.
because you control it.
Because you can control what you can control.
Yeah.
The book here is just trying to stress you out more.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I guess the most important part about what we're talking about is evaluate the environment before you apply the tools. If you are not living in an environment where these tools can apply to you,
Your tools.
Your-
The tools you have.
the tools you have, the
Yeah.
tools you learn from this book,
Yeah.
if you're not living in an environment where these tools or any tool will be useful,
Yeah.
stop forcing it.
Yeah.
You are inventing stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
And that anxiety,
And you shorten your life. That's the moral of the story.
moral of the story is you're
Because
shortening your life.
If you're stressed, you're shortening your
So
life.
what you really want to do is this, is that you should focus on putting yourself in situations where you will be most successful. Environments,
Right environment, yes.
putting yourself in the right environment before you read these guru books of tools and keys and
Yeah.
doors and successful, feel good stories with
Yeah.
guys crawling on the floor looking
Yeah.
for their key with the light and whatever. Forget about all that. Think about your environment. Think about what is it exactly you're trying to accomplish, and is it attainable? Is it reachable? Is it viable? Is it something that you
Yeah.
want to do? Because if those things are not present, then all of this stuff that we're talking about right now, how to turn milk into butter, is useless. You would be better off being mouse number 2, leaning back
Yeah.
like this, relaxed, and just letting
Yeah.
the reality of the end approach yourself. Is that kind of where we're going?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I like that. I think above all things we've said in this last 2 episodes, that is the most value-driven comment that I think I've come up with for everybody, or for us.
Yeah,
For
of course.
before we move forward with any book.
All of this is for us. We are the consumers of this stuff, and
Okay, I want to get back to.
yeah, let's go.
I want to get back to another one. Give me the next key.
Let's go to the key. I want to also just to throw one quote from the second key from the end there. just we're not gonna even discuss it. Just I'm gonna throw it and then we go to okay.
Go.
Customers are for today. Clients are forever. Let's go to the key 3. Key number 3. No comments. Key number 3. Position with mission.
Position with mission.
Yeah, so basically it's about standing out in overcrowded marketplace. So you have to create this, we're not just producing buckets for farmers, we are making the world a better place. This kind of stuff, this is, so you have to
Position with a mission.
yeah. So he compares,
I just don't even like the way that sounds.
Yeah. It sounds silly,
It just sounds a little bit inappropriate. Position with the mission.
Oh, you know.
I think what it could have been is a little different. You could have gotten the point across similarly. Positioning with the mission. What you're really trying to do here is tell the audience that when you're trying to differentiate yourself as a sales professional in a very crowded market, what you really need to do is find your story that makes you different than all the other people out there.
Not only different, better.
Better, yes, but that comes later.
Cause, so you have a cause, that they can join.
I'm going to go back to one of the great things my dad taught me. My dad always said, people do business with people they like. Rule number 1 of business.
Yeah.
Rule number 1. So people got to like you. before they do business with you. It doesn't
Especially
matter
if you don't have a better price for the same price.
People are willing to spend more money
More,
with
yeah.
you
If they like you.
if they like you.
Yeah.
This is a fact. I've known this personal experience, and they will tell their friends about you. They'll want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
In fact, they will enrich your life because your customers will know your clients. Well, what was it? Your customers will become clients because they like you.
Yeah.
Bingo. Knows like right here.
Yeah.
So, what positioning with a mission? So, what is that? What it was? It was a
Yeah. Position with mission.
with mission. So, what you're trying to do is you're trying to position yourself, what you do, and who you are, with what you do. But most importantly, the environment in which we're talking about is also really important. So, it's a really difficult market we're in right now. I think any year, every day of every, you can always say it's difficult because the world is a competitive place. But if your story, and people don't realize this, I think people forget, we're all human beings and we're all emotional creatures and we all respond to emotional stories, right?
Yeah.
This is the key to the door.
The door, yeah.
Is to create a story about you and what you do and why you do it that connects with someone else. And that person can relate to it. And that person sees themselves in what you're trying to accomplish. At that moment, you're no longer a stranger, you're a kindred spirit. And that is how you position a mission for your business. You have to create a story that is relatable to other people. Obviously, you have to choose the right environment, business environment that you want to operate in. But above all, I think this is the hardest part of business. It's the hardest part of the job. Because in a world where how many cheeseburger stores are there? Like how many banks right down the street?
Yeah, too many.
Too many. You can go to any of them, right? The only thing that's different is how one makes you feel different than the other.
Yeah. Does their overdraft rates are good or...
You know what? Some people, believe it or not, are willing to pay the overdraft rates even if they're more, just because they know the teller's name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And her cup size.
Cup size. I've seen many situations where people will literally do illogical things that make absolutely no sense financially. Physically, financially, psychologically, makes no sense because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
So when you position yourself with a story that can be relatable to the person you're telling it to.
That's my interrupt.
Yeah.
Because he's saying about making it universal, and what you're saying, and I agree with you, that it cannot be universal.
It's not.
It's very personal, client to client.
Hold on, sorry. Demolished. This comment, whatever just coming out of this book, is demolition.
Your mission cannot be universal.
Your mission cannot be universal.
Because it's recognized as a bullshit.
100%.
People are numb to things like this.
It completely numb. I mean, it just comes off as blah. Like
we are making world a better blah.
Yeah. It's like you're driving on the freeway and you put, you pull down the window, like the old windows.
Yeah. I love those.
And then you just hear that numbing sound of the freeway.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just a sound. That is universal.
You're checking out. Like as soon as you hear this stuff, you're checking out, and you might miss the really good thing the person is saying.
Okay, let's do a mock sale. You be a customer. I'll be the client. Yeah.
You're a salesperson.
I'm the salesperson. So ask me, what do you do?
What do you do?
I make the world a better place. That's so. What do you do? I sell products that make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next. No, it's got to be more like, I dedicate my life to helping orphans find homes, children in need. And if you buy this bar of chocolate, this little stick of candy right here, you're going to be doing your part in helping this little boy, John Smith.
But I'm also not buying this crap, This is nothing personal.
No, I understand. But this is so much better than making the world a
better,
better
but
place.
still,
It's an example. It's an exaggeration. Give me a break here. I'm off the cuff.
No, you haven't connected with me.
I haven't connected with you.
Next.
Maybe after the show.
Next. No, I'm just demolishing this, whatever you're saying. But
wait, whatever.
I cannot...
We can agree
Yeah.
that whatever the comment was out of that key was full of demolition.
Yeah, this is it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Okay.
It's bad. Let's go further. So the point there is just like he says, oh, when you go to the store and you see all this on the shelf, there's just water, drinking water. They're all kind of the same for you as a customer. But if you can see that one of the bottles it's just making world a better place, you kind of gonna choose that one. I don't think so. That's the point he makes. I don't think so. There couldn't be any universal that applies to mass market, whatever hypnosis you want to put on there on the label that's gonna work. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
The more you go for that, it's just stupid. And then he said that create mission-driven organization.
Create a mission-driven organization.
Your mission or purpose will act as a magnet for attracting more clients and fewer customers. How? So it should be attractor and detergent at the same time. How are you gonna, with your mission, deter customers?
I'm gonna take a step back here. This guy confuses me a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
This guy confuses me a lot.
Yeah.
So first,
those guys, both of them.
This person, it's custom. Both of these
and
guys,
their ghostwriter.
their ghostwriter. They have something against customers.
Yeah. He stated it clearly, discriminate against.
But he also says that customers turn into clients.
Yes, sir. It's
clear as day.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And then he says something about how it's not very clear how you can tell the difference. Okay, I will agree with one thing. Mission-driven organizations tend to do better than organizations that are general in nature. For example, if everybody in the company believes in one bullshit, true.
Yeah.
And somebody calls in for a support hotline.
Yeah.
But you are you drink the Kool-Aid, the juice. You believe in your bullshit mission.
Yeah.
Brainwashed completely.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody calls in and says, "Oh, the sky is blue," but you've been trained.
Yeah.
That the sky is not blue. The sky is actually red.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. You may have been misunderstood. The sky is actually red. But everybody in the company is on the same page. So no matter who calls, you're always on the same page. Eventually, some customers are going to be like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the sky is red. All of these people think it's red. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy.
But you know what also comes with it?
Ah.
Like you can get better sales. You have all these determined workers, and the thing is that first of all, their working condition is gonna be bad because they're gonna work like late hours. They can be paid less if they are determined and they believe in the mission.
Oh, the worst.
It's a cult. And
The
what
more,
happens?
the more
What happens
determined
if
they
you-
are, the more willing they are to work for less money.
Yeah, and if you fire such a person, what he can do,
You could crush them.
you can crush them into depression and worse, or you can get really like the enemy. You know, they're gonna be after you because you fired them and they were so determined.
You brought up something that to me is a scary thing.
Yeah.
The scary thing
it's a
is
bad practice.
if your mission in your company is so strong and your workforce is so determined, you could literally take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Because normal people would look after themselves and say, I am of value, I should earn more money. But if they are so brainwashed into the mission, they'd be willing to work like intern slaves to do whatever you want them to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this key is important, but what I think what I should do is I should preface this key with a be careful. Do not become the victim of an organization that
has strong mission,
has a mission that is so strong, that is selling you, that is brainwashing you on what they're trying to accomplish. Because in reality, they're taking away your autonomy to think for yourself, and they're making you vulnerable. So what you should do is, yes, a company that believes in something is important because it gets all the people working together to move forward, which is very important.
But it has to be adequate.
But it has to be balanced with you as an individual, so that when you have your needs, like you're doing more work than the guy next to you, or you're providing more value, you should have the conviction to stand up and say, I deserve more because I'm doing more. And if the boss says, well, we're all doing this together, you say, no, my efforts make more of a difference than the other person's. I deserve more. It doesn't mean that I don't believe what we're doing. It just means that I deserve more. And that is the important part of the mission, and in companies, how strongly you should engender that into your business, your practices. How do you feel about that?
Mixed feelings, but let me just add another point to that. I think also that if you're very strongly like mission driven and you have this, if you have such a mission, first of all, it's like made in stone. Usually you cannot just change it every day, and it gives rigidity to your business, so you cannot be flexible. It makes you less flexible. You cannot change if the wind changes, environment changes. You cannot. You have to stick to your mission, because you have been brainwashing for 20 years your employees or yourself to the point that you cannot move from the mission, even though wind is different.
Mission statements are typically broad and general. They're meant to be general.
But they especially for the employees, and they do these meetings, 2 hour meetings every week, just reiterating it, and because they unpack this generalization to the.
Have you worked for a company like this before?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I worked for a company in the financial. Believe it or not, I worked in the financial services business, so I know all this. I've heard this stuff from literally my sales trainers. And it's like a tough sales job. And every day for 15 minutes, they take you in the morning and they rewash your brain with the mission.
Yeah.
With the mission. This is the mission. We are saving people from themselves. It's like a God complex.
Yeah, it's a cult.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, if you're selling something that is clearly not wanted by people, like not necessarily not wanted, but difficult to sell, your sales manager's job, their job is to give their sales force in motivation. So the motivation they give them every morning is, You are saving your customers from themselves. Get out there and save them
Yeah.
from themselves. You are on a mission.
You're on a crusade.
You're on a crusade to save as many customers from themselves.
Yeah.
You're on a mission of mercy.
That's probably where comes all this Genesis,
Savior
complex. So they brainwash themselves basically, and now we can see this on pages.
I mean, salespeople are. I think they're narcissists. You think they're narcissists? Just people who are.
Well, you're generalizing what salespeople. There's so many and different, But that's what we see in training. They try to sell us, mostly. Yeah. Let me go to the story. They use this story, so it's kind of similar to my story and the bucket of milk, but they have
you and your buckets. You and your
so, get a bucket on there. So the story he uses it's again for the position with missions to illustrate that he tells the story about 3 men laying bricks. I'm sure you already guessed what it is. And then, so 3 men laid bricks, they're all dirty and sweaty, they do their job. And then there is an observer. I don't know what the fuck is observer.
The manager.
Observer, no, it says that then there is an observer who approaches them. It's also like very like biblical, the observer. Okay. He approaches them. Maybe he came from the sky. And he asked those guys, he asked the first one, what are you doing? And like, first of all, observer is fucking dumb. They're laying bricks. But he's asked, what are you doing? And the first man says, I'm laying bricks. All right. Then he asked the second guy, what are you doing? I'm just trying to imagine the situation, being second observer there. And he asked that second guy, what are you doing? The second guy said, oh, I'm making $20 per hour.
Yeah.
And then he asked the third guy, what are you doing? And the third guy, he is as sweaty, as dirty, and they also say, and as miserable. Why they're miserable, I don't know, people doing the work. And as miserable, the first 2, but he has some joy in his face.
Oh.
And he said, I'm building a cathedral.
Oh, God. Oh.
So...
oh. They just I have bad taste in my mouth. Building a cathedral.
But just yeah. And the moral again, so have a big picture. Like imagine that you're doing something like real great, you're not just laying bricks every day and getting your $20 per hour, and then that's it. No, you're building a cathedral. And what I want to say is that
I bet you they're not going to put his name in the credits. When the cathedral's finished.
Yeah.
Bricklayer 5,672 who built this cathedral. No. That guy's name is not going in the credits. It's shocking to me. That is the worst analogy.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it sound like, oh, you're doing more than what you're just doing. You're doing something for a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
But even then, human beings have instincts.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just. You can't just say I'm building a cathedral, because the reality is you still gotta go. You still gotta get money to eat food, and put food on the table.
And other guys, they're also building a cathedral.
They're also building a cathedral.
Genius.
The only difference is they're smart enough to realize the first one was he's laying brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it more if the third guy would say, we are building a cathedral. That would be much better.
Yeah.
I would have more sympathy for him. So what I want to say is just, let's just think about those guys. Fuck the observer, I don't know what that even means. He's stupid. First guy, he's doing his job. He can lay bricks and he's laying bricks. That's what he said, I'm laying bricks. So he's Mason. That's his job. Second guy, he doesn't say that he's laying bricks, but he says, I'm making $20 per hour. What that means, because he thinks about money, he thinks about his family. So if tomorrow someone comes up and says, look, I have a job for you, he said, how much? 25. Okay,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. And he brings more money
to
bring food on his table, to take care of his family, be like a second guy. And the third guy, he's obsessed. What it means. Because
dangerous.
if tomorrow they're gonna say, oh, we cannot pay you 20, we're gonna pay you 15. He said, of course, I'm building a cathedral. So his family is gonna suffer. He's gonna suffer. He's obsessed. He probably gonna lose, what do you call it?
You know, he's probably ruined. He is the type of person that is the most dangerous.
Yeah. He gonna lose his family.
He's a fanatic. He could
He's
lose
gonna
his family.
He goes home and he said, honey, I'm going like we're gonna get $18 per hour. He said, but the second guy, he's getting 25. Can you talk to him? Go to this job? No, it's just they're cleaning sewage or whatever.
But I'm building a cathedral. You know? This is the mission.
Yeah. So the moral they trying to sell us, the bullshit.
Yeah.
We're demolishing mices, demolishing masons.
Yeah.
Get obsessed, work for less,
Okay.
neglect your family.
I'm gonna summarize this.
He's stressed again. He's stressed.
Yeah.
That guy.
I want to be summarize this. I'm gonna say that positioning with a mission is important.
Yeah.
Environment, context. Do you have employees? Is this about an organization? Is it just about you and your personal sales pitch? These are all important caveats, but in general, understand that this is one of the most important and least important parts of sales. Most important being it can make the difference between me buying, you and me are selling the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you could be a salesperson, I could be a salesperson. We're selling the exact same item, but I position it differently. I say that I'm making the world a better place, and that means something to you. You could say that it costs $2.99, but that means nothing. It's the same product. So the mission made a difference. But when it comes to running a business of salespeople, be careful, because what you could really end up doing is the mission has to be general enough so that it applies to everybody equally, but it also allows everybody to feel like they're part of the company and that they're independent and they can grow themselves. You don't want to make a cult. A cult will destroy your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because what if the boss is saying something wrong?
And also
what if the boss is wrong?
Yeah.
What if the boss is wrong? If you have a cult and you have a mission that is just driven, brainwashing everybody.
You're building a cathedral, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Cathedral to nowhere. The cathedral will never end. We're going to build this cathedral. We're going to keep building it to the sky.
We're going to make this butter. We're going to make this butter.
Keep going. We're just going to keep going. And I'm going to keep cutting your pay, you know? We're building it together.
I'm just imagining first month that Sports asking, what the fuck are you doing? I'm building a cathedral of butter. Made of butter. Okay, bro.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying that you got to be careful about this is an important, but also it's not the most important thing, you know?
Yeah.
But it can be a dangerous thing.
Instead of this, more important, be more like more open to client, because they're gonna see something they can relate to. If you're more open,
don't be fake.
Give more options. Yeah.
Don't be fake. Be authentic.
And if you see your client, customer, whatever, also like doesn't see value in that mission or whatever your company pushes on you to push on people, you know, get together with client and say, yeah, I side with you. I also don't like it, but like
but I like what I sell.
Yeah, and I like you, and
you could take out the note card from your pocket and say, okay, this is. You could be very authentic with your customer. Take out the note card and say, this is the mission that I'm supposed to tell you. ... Okay. This is how I really feel.
Yeah. This is much better.
This is much better because now you're being honest.
Yeah.
And you're authentic. And people are attracted to authenticity, you know?
Yeah.
That's
they appreciate it.
They appreciate it. That's how you turn a customer into a client?
I don't know.
We'll get to that in another chapter.
I think there's no really recipe for that. It's just random.
Wait,
it just happens.
What else we got? What's our next favorite key?
No, we're not done with this one.
We're not done with this one?
First, then he says that he called it mission statements, right?
Yeah, mission statement.
And this is a quote. He says, "Mission statements are as old as Earth." This is again like just bullshit he throws out there, and he's so sure is no one gonna take his on that, no one's gonna criticize it.
Well, I mean, again,
as old as Earth, come on. And then he goes into the first mission statement can be found in Bible, in Genesis. we are back to that.
Are we really getting biblical again?
Be fruitful and multiply. That's a mission statement for mankind. Then he goes to USA Constitution, and then as a example of a position with a mission, no shit, Sherlock. Constitution is the mission for the country. It's like obvious.
Captain Obvious.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. And then he goes to give some quote from Star Trek series. This is so American. Bible, Constitution, Star Trek. I like the set, he kind of levels those three on them on the same level for him. It's like, I love it. No, I love it. Personally, I love it. Like, thank you.
I think that's pretty fun.
Then he goes like and give us another concept. He says there could be like 1 minute position statement. So it could be like couple sentences, conversation starter, and then he gives an example. It's a quote. Imagine you are a charity event filled with people in your particular target market. Divorced and widowed women. So here he gives us something from like to get from between the lines what's really happening there.
So you're at a charity event.
Yeah.
With divorced and widowed women.
And this is what do you say? Fantasy?
Wishful fantasy?
Wishful fantasy. Yeah, wishful fantasy. Why? Because he's given financial advice. Who he wants to see? He wants to see divorced and widowed women. So those women, he assumes those women, they didn't build wealth. They don't have education how to handle wealth. So their husband is like they're divorced. So they have money, but they don't have any experience. So he can go there and put his like hands on them and guide them. This is his wishful fantasy.
You realize that if this was me, my wife would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know, but this is the market. He fantasizes. This is the best. He mentioned this is the best.
My wife. Oh, honey, so what are you doing today? I'm going to an event full of widowed
and
divorcees. And, I'm going to try and build connections with them and network and, find some clients and stuff like that. Okay, honey, have fun. Said no wife ever.
But also, like, what he sees there is just the huge opportunity to manage money of people who he assumes have no experience in managing money.
I know. That's just It's a false assumption.
Yeah, but it's great. It just gives us some insight.
It's an assumption based on a flawed foundation. It's just because someone's divorced or widowed does not mean that they had no financial. It's almost like anti-feminism. It's like you think women are, just because they were married, have no experience managing their money. Yeah. Half the time, in most American families, the women are the ones running
money managers.
Money managers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
If I disappeared, everything would be fine. Believe me.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're demolishing the position with Misha.
Oh, I just don't like the way that he puts it together.
Yeah.
I think it's too general, and I think it's
cultish.
It's cultish.
Yeah.
I would look for better books on this topic, and I honestly, from my perspective and my experience, if you had to write it down, make it as general as possible. If it was like forced,
Or have fun with it.
or have,
Look,
if you had to write it on a piece of paper, write it as general as possible. But you don't. Mission statements are more like, so what do you do and why? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Me personally, I don't never ask why they do what they do. I can't understand. They're making money, making a living, trying to make it through life,
Make it through the next day.
bring food. But I appreciate like funny stuff. If they are self-aware, they are like. For example, as I want to say the example, like you ask me what I do, and I say what your company does, and I'll say we elevate people, and then you ask what the product say, I would say we build elevators. This is kind of stupid, silly, funny, but it's.
I think that's hysterical.
Kind of like
we elevate people.
Yeah. that kind of mission.
I think that's a good conversation starter.
Self-aware, yeah, it's funny. It's.
What do you do? Oh, we elevate people. Oh, so what do you make? Oh, we make elevators.
And yeah, and you have it on your business card or whatever. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you don't always have to be so serious.
Absolutely.
You can make things a little less serious.
Yeah,
it depends.
Life is serious. Life is brutal. So like, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take a chill pill.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah. Leave the cult.
What else we got?
So we are going to the key number 4, and I really like this one. So it's first of all, it's that kind of keys that can be applied in other areas in your life, and we kind of touched it in our previous episode. It goes like that: go long and go deep.
I'm having a hard time. I can't even repeat it.
And what they say is like narrow your focus by target marketing. So he said like pick up a group with enough members, select a market with resources, don't fish in someone else's pond. This is kind of like weird for me, it's
don't fish in someone else's pond.
Yeah, where is it coming from? Sort of like
I could talk about this for 12 hours. I could talk about this topic for 12 hours straight until you're blue in the face. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay? Go long, go deep, go where? You got to start somewhere, right? You got a product, you're selling something. You're going to be in someone else's pond, buddy. I don't care where you start.
Yeah.
Every pond that you walk into, somebody's in that water.
This is also fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
It is a fantasy.
Yeah, it's a fantasy. So before you take one step forward, realize that no matter what pond you go into, somebody else is already there. There's probably people that are very successful already in the pond.
Absolutely.
That are eating everybody's lunch, that are doing very good job.
Yeah.
Okay, there's always someone better than what you're doing than you. The thing about big fish, have you ever seen whales, like on TV? They got those little fish that are like
stuck to them.
Yeah. Okay. So say you're like, let's use the big fish in a small pond example. Let's say you want to go into this small pond with a big fish in it market because it could be a really great market, but there's a big whale in there already with little fish that are on the side of it falling off as the whale goes. You could catch those little ones, right? The ones that the big whale doesn't care about.
Yeah.
And that could be the start of your business.
Yeah, it could be your whole business.
It could be your whole business.
Could be enough. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. So first, identify a realistic market that you can attain quickly with the least amount of expense. That's the most important thing. Second is, I think you need to develop in your mind, maybe what he's trying to talk about is a long-term target audience.
Yeah.
Long-term.
Yeah, he's talking about that. Yeah.
Long-term.
Yeah.
But, if he's not really talking about short term, then this whole discussion about long term is bullshit, because you'll never get to long term if you don't make it short term. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's the same with the clients and customers. You work with clients.
You'll never have clients if you don't have customers.
Yeah, yeah.
Period.
Period. Yeah, absolutely.
End of story. I don't get it. There's no discussion anymore. You'll never have a client if you don't have a customer. Every client starts as a customer.
So I don't know, kind of overall I like this all this recommendation he gives. So he says pick up a group with enough members. This makes sense.
Divorcees.
Yeah, with enough divorcees.
Widowers.
Select the market with resources. So again, divorcees.
Widowers, especially rich husbands.
Don't fish in someone else's pond. I don't know what that means. Maybe the other guy from other group of divorcees can break your legs. So there's something there, some dark story out there. That's why he put it there. It's someone else's pond. What the hell gonna happen? I don't know. Look for good access. So there he says about, is there access to spread the information? Is there a way? Is this group has meetings? Does the group has journal or whatever, periodical, something print, or you can access, or you can get their phone numbers, or is there access to that group in
stealing their information?
Yeah, so yeah, kind of. Yeah.
How do I steal their information? Yeah.
But then he gives a good advice. He gives advice that helps you to manage stress.
According to you.
Have less stress, according to me. Love the ones you're with. So what he means by that, enjoy the company of those people, because you're gonna spend a lot of time with them, not with your family, because you are obsessed with whatever you do. You are a cult leader.
Yeah.
And you're gonna spend a lot of time with them. So try to find also the group that you can
enjoy being with.
Enjoy. You can enjoy being with. Yeah. This
divorcees and widowers.
This is
I just can't get it out of my head.
Me too. He gave it up. He gave out all his game plan, what he does. Right there. Because it's a fantasy.
I enjoy spending a lot of time with divorcees and widowers.
And then he said, if you cannot find a group, you cannot figure it out on your own, the advice is get back to your roots. So he means look at your roots. Maybe you belong to you are Irish, or there's something, or your
cultural roots.
Used to play football. You know something about something, so you can infiltrate that group easier. So overall I consider this adequate. All these advices, except don't fish in someone else's pond. I don't like that, but the rest is, I think, fish in someone else's pond. Go there, learn from them, get some scraps.
Okay, here's my opinion on this.
Yeah,
my opinion on this is that there needs to be a short-term target audience and a long-term target audience. Short-term is, how do I feed myself today? I don't care.
This goes first. This goes first.
Yeah. This is
priority number one.
Priority number one.
Cover it.
How do I pay the rent?
Yeah.
How do I buy my cheeseburger?
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you can't take care of yourself, forget about your long-term target audience. Okay?
Absolutely.
You're going to have to do things
to cover your basics.
To cover your basics. But long-term, you should always be moving towards, not it's not going to happen all at once. It's just got to be this thing that you're developing over time. And that is really the hardest part of developing a target audience, is realizing the difference. In marketing, a lot of people say, what's your target audience? And then you're like, let's do everything to focus on our target audience. And then something magical happens, nothing happens. It's because nobody knows you in that market, right?
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere, develop some resources, and then engage in marketing activities in your target market. Over time, it will develop brand recognition. People will recognize you. People will begin to trust you. And then those people who are your target, you've identified them as resourceful. They could be very, very wealthy people. They could be good customers that turn into clients.
Or referral machines.
Or referral machines. But those don't come first. The people that come first are the ones that need you now, but are not necessarily willing to pay very much. A lot of pounding the pavement. You gotta do the work that nobody wants to do, or you're not gonna put food on the table.
That's a great point. That's a really great point. To do the work that nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
That's a really great point.
You have to.
That's how you can find a niche in the pond that's already overdeveloped even. But if you go there, you're gonna be able to feed yourself.
Yeah, you'll always be able to feed yourself if you're willing to do what other people are not willing to do.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed.
So with the go long and go deep.
Let's go deep.
Yeah, he explains further.
Let's go deep.
Your actions.
Let's go deeper.
What you yeah, he goes actually there. He goes even deeper. So then he said interview your current clients.
Interview your current clients.
Yeah, and ask them where you can get more clients like they.
Oh, I love this story. I'm going to tell you a story. So I used to work for a financial services company, and part of their sales process was basically to call like everyone in your inner circle, tell them what you're doing, give them your sales pitch, try and sell them. But if they won't want to buy something from you, get them to give you the names of 5 people. That is your second goal. And have them call that person and let them know you're going to call them. That's the second sales objective. And I was just like so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like call my best friend and say, okay, call your dad, call your mom, call your Uncle John, and tell them Michael's going to call and try and sell you something. That is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Inhumane. So he goes deeper. He has to interview current clients. That's what you said about right now. And then he said, identify and join your target market's professional associations and groups.
Okay.
Then write to the target group's publications. Speak at the group's meetings and conferences. Get involved in the community. Conduct client events. Promote public seminars. So he goes like full infiltration.
Yeah.
This is right there is like CIA operation. This is like you're becoming a foreign
I'm holding
spy
the book. I'm holding the book again.
Yeah.
You see the book? I'm holding about 80% of the book. Yeah. 80% of this book is what everybody else says. This is the same bullshit that every single sales book says. Get involved with the associations. Get involved with the groups. Seminars and da 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 da. Give me a unique tip.
Yeah.
Something that hasn't been said by every single other sales book on planet Earth.
But also, let's go there. Let's imagine it. Let's imagine it from the perspective. For example, you and I, we are potential clients of the some sales guy, right? We share something. We are divorced and widows, rich. We don't know how to deal with our money, and we go to the same country club, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy, he finds a way through my friend or whatever. He finds a way to get his way into our country club, and he tries to infiltrate there.
Infiltrate.
Is he gonna? Yeah. Is it gonna be like very natural? Aren't we gonna be laughing, holding our mimosas after the hole 13 or whatever, like holding our mimosas, saying again this?
Oh, this schmuck.
Again this schmuck. Pretending to be a duck or.
You know,
I quack like you. I look like you guys. Hey, by the way, do you want to buy my stuff? You know.
It's so obvious.
It's like
It's
so never gonna work.
I feel like the problem with these books is that they pretend to act or sell. They're selling you on the idea that their idea is new.
Yeah.
like nobody else has tried this. Like nobody else has tried to go to the associations, to go to the seminars, to go to the...
And pretend you are there for like purely
Yeah,
other
yeah.
reason, and just
Yeah.
by the way,
Hand out your business card. Hand out your
Yeah.
business card. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. You know how you get customers? You add value to their lives. Period.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
Add value to their lives. More than what
Yeah.
it's just
Figure out what they need.
figure out
If
what
you
they
have
need.
it, present it in the best
Step
way you can.
number one.
Yeah.
Establish trust.
Yeah.
Build a relationship. Give them what they don't have. You know how you build a relationship with somebody? I'll tell you. Here's a really quick example for the audience. Let's say I join the country club. I'm in the most despicable business. I sell life insurance.
Yeah. So you're joining for the sole purpose of infiltrating this group.
I am
and
infiltrating
selling
the country club.
Yeah.
And everybody, there is a very well-known disdain for people who sell life insurance policies. It is a morbid business. Okay?
Yeah.
But I do it the smart way. Okay? I shut my mouth. People ask me, so what you do? I tell them, but I don't make a big deal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm listening. They allow me to listen to their conversations. I find out Mr. Johnson is trying to get his daughter into school XYZ. I know that Mrs. Jane is on the school board of directors at that school. I tell Mr. Johnson, I'm going to make a phone call for you, and I'm going to see if I can get your child into the school that's very hard to get into, that everybody tries to get into.
Yeah.
And you make it happen.
Yeah.
You ask for nothing in return.
Yes.
That is how you establish trust.
Small comment. That's what also I said before. Be a decent person.
Be a decent person. You said
It's
it.
so easy to establish trust when you're.
You said it in a very general way. I'm saying it in a very specific, tactical way.
Of course.
I could do this as a strategy. Just shut the fuck up. Listen for opportunities to add value to people's lives. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the right way to do the sales. That's the positioning and all the targeting. Great. All that stuff's great. You want to get into real sales? Listen. Look for opportunities to help people. Network. So get to know people, what they do, so that when the opportunity does come, you know that Jane who works at the school, now you have Jane in your head. Now you meet Jim. Jim needs to get his kid in the school. Now you network Jim and Jane.
Yeah.
And you're starting to build these little checking accounts with people. It takes time, but you have to be a listener. You have to be active. And the most important thing, kryptonite, Superman, the kryptonite of all sales
is the dessert from his son.
Is to have an expectation. If you even hint at an expectation of return for doing something,
it's a killer. Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
In fact, they'll uncover you as a fraud. Everybody will turn their back on you, and you might as well leave the country club.
How would you rename this key? So basically, we can rewrite it the way you're explaining it, which is like much better examples and steps of action.
Yeah.
But what different name we can use for this one?
What was the original one again?
The original one, go deep and go long.
Go deep and go long. I would say get to know people. Get to know people without expectations. I mean, maybe it's more general, but if I were to make a key, I would say get to know people with no expectations.
Yeah. So I want to continue with this key. There's more, and he says
go deep.
Yeah, go deep, and one of the parts of going even deeper than that. So
go deeper.
You already You already infiltrated the group, right? They believe you are just like them.
Yeah.
You're just there for no reason at all.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying your mimosa on the golf club and on the golf field. And then he said, okay, like, since you established that, now create a CAB. And this is an abbreviation for Client Advisory Board. And and he said, so it's basically a group of clients who agrees to meet with you once in a while as the part of your board and build together tactics and the ways to get you more clients just like them. So they are not only your clients, your best clients, to try to gather your best clients.
So they're not your clients.
They are your clients. They are your best clients. He said, try to get there your best clients so they can find people just like them and give you advices on strategies that you can use to get more clients like them. And also get them to join on your board.
Personally, I think this is all very socially awkward.
And then he said, well, of course, naturally the question gonna occur, what's in it for your clients? And then he answers his own question. Your clients will be motivated to become members of your CAB because you are recognizing them as worthy of providing advice. That's the pure motivation of people wasting their time joining your.
You know what? We have a Captain Obvious bell. We've got a phone here, but we don't have a bullshit meter.
Oh yeah.
A meter, you know.
Yeah, we'll have it.
We're gonna have to get a bullshit meter that goes up, because this is the most bullshit I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be part of your client advisory board because it makes me feel special.
Yes.
That I am part of it. Thank you for the privilege.
Yeah, and it's a person who just sold you life insurance.
Yeah,
barely.
Thank you for the privilege of letting me be part of your client advisory
and maybe
board.
You even bought this
the arrogance
life insurance from him just out of pity. And
yeah.
then he has balls calling you, like distracting you from your life and just.
Have you ever bought something from someone out of pity?
Maybe, probably, yeah. Yeah, some people, they sell stuff.
And that guy calls you the next day and says, thank you, Misha. I'd like you to be part of my client advisory board.
Yeah.
And in the back of your head, you're like, Jesus Christ, I bought that just to shut you up. Now you're asking me to do more for you?
Yeah.
Do something for me.
This number gonna be blocked.
Blocked. Spam. Unfriended on Facebook. I think that it's not completely unfounded to have a client advisory board. I think you better have millions of dollars worth of social wealth accumulated between these people. Like, you better have blackmail.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You better come to my meeting or your wife is getting those pictures.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You better have blackmail on these people. Like, you better know things
I'm
about...
sure there's something going behind the curtains.
I'm thinking like a group of people at a dinner table. They're all your clients, and then they're like each something very dark and secret about each and every one of them, and that's gonna be how you build your client advisory board.
I also like how he start like talking about them, about his CAP members, as if they are his employees, and he referred to them as my board members.
His robots.
Your board members, then you can call your board members and ask them this and that, and
your robots, your minions.
You ask your board members their opinion on who do they think can become your next client, and you ask them to provide you with their with a phone list,
begging them,
the phone numbers of the people you.
John, I need a new customer. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, please.
So basically, in his fantasy, he's organizing. He infiltrated. Now he's organizing small intelligent unit within that community who gonna give him information, but also they are they are treated as his employees, but they are his customers. So he brings zero value.
Zero value.
Zero value.
We have not talked about value once.
And they are there now. Now I understand why widows or like divorcees, maybe widows. So they're like, I imagine, old women. They kind of enjoy the attention of this guy. Maybe he's good looking, you know. They kind of go to this, whatever, he pays for lunch, they goes there and they sit and he kind of listens about their grandkids, you know. He gives them their time and they just sit on his ears. And this is maybe what's happening really there. And he calls them advisory board. And they kind of feel important because they don't have anything else to do.
You know another way to build social wealth?
Yeah.
Is get good at something that has nothing to do with what you're selling. Get good at something that has nothing to do with what you're selling.
Yeah.
So let's say you're selling life insurance, okay? Get good at carpentry. Get good at a hobby. Get good at something. Get involved in those associations that have nothing to do.
And it's also going to make your life better.
It'll add value to your life.
Even if you don't get those sales.
Even if you don't get the sales, you're doing something enjoyable that has nothing to do with putting food on the table.
Invest in yourself. Build yourself.
Build yourself. Because when you're giving this value to someone else, again, you're building that social wealth. And if everybody knows you're a life insurance salesman, but, you know, the widower calls you to help her make a table for her son.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or give advice on that.
Or give advice.
On the, is it good furniture to buy?
Is it good furniture to buy?
You get some other reason to call you.
Some other reason to call you other than the stupid life insurance.
Good advice. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So get good at something else other than your day job. And once you get good at that, lead with that. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Has someone done something for you in the past in your life, like you owe them a favor, and it was a really long time ago? Let's say really, really, really long time ago. 10 years. They call you out of nowhere. Would you still feel a little bit like you owed them the favor?
But I mean, they don't mention it, right?
They don't mention it. They just say they need your help.
Yeah, I shut them down.
You shut them down.
Yeah.
Even if you owed them a favor.
Well, I'm gonna flip the situation, somehow redirect their thoughts, or
you're going back to the manipulation.
I'm gonna twist it, of course, because manipulation is a foundation of happiness.
Okay, you're killing my vibe here.
Yeah, I understand, but it's me you're asking.
Okay, this show wouldn't be a show if it wasn't for you.
Okay, let me be a schmuck. Ask again.
Okay, guy calls you after 10 years. He did you a big favor 10 years ago. Got you out of a really bad situation.
Yes.
Hasn't talked to you in 10 years. Out of the blue, calls you and says, "Misha, I need your help." And he knows that you can help him.
Yeah.
And asks for your help. Do you think about the favor?
Of course.
Before you answer the question.
Yeah.
Social value, social wealth.
Yes.
It's a real thing. It lasts forever. Building social currency is one of the most important things that you could do as a business person. Stephen Covey, we'll go back to 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He's got great recommendations on the types of things you can do for people that they never forget. That's code for social currency. Things that people never forget.
Let me see. Oh, he has this step 4 to like how to conduct the meeting with advisory board. It has several steps, and I just like the step 4. Let me just. I'm
so like disgusted.
No. I like just the step 4, the advice. Thank the advisory board members.
Oh, good.
And develop an action plan.
Thank them.
At the conclusion of the interview, it's important to again express your gratitude for the advice. So again, this is like put your pants on, you know. Thank people. Why he didn't use the first step? Oh, greet them at the door.
Greet them at the door. Thank them for being a human being. Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I like all this infiltration business. Maybe because I like spy movies, spy
KGB.
novels. Yeah, I love KGB and all that.
Oh, I love
And all those guys.
We'll talk about that.
Oh
another
yeah,
time.
so like
I could talk
they
about
can
that
really
shit
create
forever.
the atmosphere.
They know how to create the atmosphere.
So I just like spies, you know, and the all the romantic stuff that goes around it. So I just imagining infiltrating something. That's a good skill to
Infiltration.
yeah, infiltration.
You're going into the room.
But do it right.
Do it right.
Do it right. So I want to just conclude this key with a pop quiz.
Can I
love those pop quizzes.
No pop quiz.
No, please. They just underline how they think we are stupid, the reader. So they say in the question number 4 exercise. So, what a cab is? So this customer advisory board.
Yeah.
A cab is, and there are some answers. So maybe you can guess. A common mode of transportation in large cities.
Oh, really?
B, the part of a truck in which the driver sits. C, an ideal way to increase client referrals. D, all of the above. How stupid we are. Are we that stupid? Are they talking to dogs? Is it book for like
you know what? I think they
squirrels?
So you know what? I think what they did was, this is what happened. They needed a way to make the book more than 200 pages. So they said, I got an idea. Let's add a pop quiz. It takes up half a page.
Yeah. Let's put intern to write the questions.
Yeah, let the intern write the questions, and every one of them are self-explanatory. I mean, stupid, simple answers. That'll be an easy 20 pages.
And in turn, he took revenge for all the abuse.
For all the abuse. And made him so dumb. Honestly, like, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, do people even read their own work?
But look, here's a good advice here. In executive summary, they give this is good. You should enjoy the people in the market that you're targeting. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for misery.
Okay, stop right there.
Yeah.
That is the best piece of information that has come out of that whole chapter.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing redeemable about that chapter except what you just said.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it for today.
That's it for today. All right.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, comments. We're going to get back to you. More importantly, we'd like to develop a subscriber advisory board where we could find more subscribers like you.
How do we get more subscribers?
How do we get
you?
more subscribers like you? Please tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shattered dreams and tales so bold. False kings on their thrones of gold. Lies sold with a charming smile. Watching truth walk into the fire. Promises of riches vast. Wisdom stolen from the past. In this world of broken mirrors, their advice won't make it clear. Thus the myths of fake bliss, notice of demolition. Tear down walls of blindness, welcome true vision. Vision, true vision. True vision. Gurus preaching plans so grand, built on castles made of sand. business tricks and self-help sham. Lies the liar, truth's the lamb. Shrouded in deceit and fear, echoes loud but never clear. When the chains of advice cold, reclaim all they've stolen. So bust the myths and fake bliss, notice of demolition.